Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for coming to F8. This is going to be a different kind of F8. In the past, we've had F8 when we had some kind of big new product announcement or new direction that we were going in. And this always meant a lot of different changes for your apps. Now, we're focused on building a stable mobile platform. You're trying to build great mobile apps and businesses, and we want to bring this community together once a year to talk about all of the different things that we're doing to help support you. So we've heard from you that you want to use Facebook Platform for three main things to help you build, grow, and monetize your apps. You want things like identity and sharing, push notifications, app installs, ad networks. And the best way that we can help you improve people's lives and help connect the world is by providing you with a stable mobile platform to build, grow, and monetize your apps. So we're going to help you build with tools like Login, which are now used by more than 80% of the top iOS and Android apps. We're going to help you grow with stable distribution, like the more than 1 billion app installs that we've driven to your apps. And we're going to help you monetize and build stable businesses, like the more than $3 billion in payments that we've helped process for you in the last year alone. So most of you are building mobile apps. And over the past few years, we've made this transition to being a primarily mobile company ourselves. Just a few years back, most of our business and most of our usage was on desktop. But now, more than 1 billion people use all of our mobile apps, and more than 20% of all time spent in apps on phones is spent in Facebook apps, and the majority of our business is on mobile. But the thing is, it can be annoying to build for mobile because the mobile ecosystem is so siloed. Apple has a vertical platform, Google has a vertical platform, Microsoft has a vertical platform, and then there's the mobile web, and there are others too. And these are all important platforms, and they're each growing. But the thing is, all of these companies are just trying to compete and make their own platforms better and more different from the others. No one has an incentive to help bridge the gaps between these platforms and make it easier to build on any of their competitors' platforms. But as a person using a phone, this is terrible. I just want to be able to buy a phone and have all of the apps that I want work on it. And as developers, of course we want tools that work across all these different platforms. It's really annoying when we have to build the same thing 3, 4, 5 times just because of these different stacks. So our goal with Facebook is to build the cross-platform platform and provide all of the tools that you need to bridge these different worlds. So we all want identity across platforms and sharing across platforms and push notifications across platforms and app installs and even monetization. And this is what Facebook Platform is all about, building the cross-platform tools that you need to build, grow, and monetize your apps everywhere. Now, it's natural for us to focus on these things because a lot of these tools are the very same things that we've needed to build for ourselves in order to help more than 1 billion people connect across all these different systems. Now, as I said, we're really focused on building a stable mobile platform. And one thing you may not know is that all of our own mobile apps are built on top of the very same platform and APIs that you guys use when you're writing for Facebook. And all of our engineers use the same tools and read all the same documentation that you do. So because of this, over the past few years, as our apps have grown, the number of requests that our platform handles has grown by 20x. We now handle almost 500 billion requests a day, which is a pretty ridiculous number when you think about it. And the thing is, when we've scaled, we've actually improved performance by more than 40% on average response time, and we've reduced the already small amount of downtime by more than 70% over the past few years. So it's really important for you and for all of our teams internally that we build stable and efficient infrastructure that you can rely on for the long term. So this has been a really big focus for us. We used to have this famous mantra, move fast and break things. And the idea here was that as developers, moving quickly is so important that we were even willing to tolerate a few bugs to do it. But what we realized over time was that this actually wasn't helping us move faster, because having to slow down and fix these bugs was slowing us down more than we were actually improving our speed. So in the recent years, we've actually changed our strategy for moving faster, and now what we do is focus on building the best tools and infrastructure in the industry to build on top of. So move fast with stable infra. It may not have quite the same ring to it. It may not be quite as catchy as move fast and break things, but it helps us build better experiences for all the people that we serve, and it's how we operate now. So with this theme in mind, I want to start today by going through a few things that we're doing to make our platform even more stable and reliable for you to build on top of, to build, grow, and monetize your apps. Now, one problem that we all have is, we write apps, and we want them to run on lots of different phones, including older platforms. So you want to be able to build something and just know that it's going to be able to work for a while. So today, for the first time, we're introducing a 2-year stability guarantee for all of our core APIs and platforms, including login and sharing. So this means that even if we change these core APIs in the future, we're guaranteeing that we're going to keep supporting them as is for at least 2 years and maybe longer from the time that we make that change. Now, we're still going to experiment with new features and different things, but we're going to clearly mark those as beta so you know what's going to be part of this core stable platform. We're also introducing API versioning. So this is something that we want to make sure that all the apps that we all wrote 2 years ago keep working. And this is something that we've wanted internally as we've built on top of this platform. So now, every API that we launch is going to be versioned, and you're going to get to decide what version of the API you build against. We're also introducing an SLA that we're committed to fixing all major bugs within 48 hours. And this is something that we've always tried to move fast on. And the reality is we're usually even faster than this. But now, for the first time, we want to put in place a firm commitment that we're going to be able to fix all these bugs, or major bugs, within 48 hours. So with all these things, we think that we can produce an even more stable mobile platform. All these things that we're doing, hardening our platform for our own apps, improving performance, introducing a stability guarantee, adding API versioning, and adding a bugs SLA, we think we can help you ship even more great apps. So stability is the first theme that we're going to talk about today at F8. Now I want to change gears for a moment. Another big theme for today is going to be putting people first. We serve a lot of different communities here. Developers, advertisers, employees. But one community is by far the most important out of everyone that we serve. And that's the people who use our products. And if you think about it, the reason that we're all here is really because of them. So it's really important that in every single thing we do, we always put people first. And over the years, one of the things we've heard just over and over again is that people want more control over how they share their information, especially with apps. And they want more say and control over how apps use their data. And we take this really seriously, because if people don't have the tools they need to feel comfortable using your apps, then that's bad for them and it's bad for you. Right? It will prevent people from having good personalized experiences and trying out new things, but it also might hurt you and prevent you from getting some new potential customers. So we need to do everything we can to put people first and give people the tools they need to be able to sign in and trust your apps. Now, we know that some people are scared of pressing this blue button. You probably, a lot of you who have maybe even had personal experiences where you felt this. It's some of the most common feedback that we get on our platform. And the reality is, if you're using an app that you don't completely trust, or that you're worried might spam your friends, then you're not going to want to give it a lot of permissions. So last year, we took the step of separating out read and publish permissions to make it so that apps can no longer require you to give them the right to publish to all your friends in order to sign into an app. And I think that this was a really important step. And it helped people trust the blue button and trust signing into apps. And today, we want to do even more to put control and power back in people's hands. So now, whenever you sign into a new app with Facebook, you're going to see this dialog. And if you want, you're going to be able to easily change line by line what you share with this app. So in this case, I want to sign in, but I might not be comfortable yet sharing my email address or revealing exactly how much I love Lana Del Rey, or maybe I just don't want to listen to Summertime Sadness on repeat right now. Whatever the reason is, I don't want to talk about it right now. It's fine. I can just uncheck these boxes, and I'm done. With the new login, I can sign in on my own terms. And if I don't want to edit anything here, then I can sign in with exactly the same number of taps that it took before. There's no extra friction. So as a developer, this is going to help more people be comfortable signing into your apps and engaging with them. Now, we've heard really clearly that you want more control over how you're sharing with apps. And this new login is all about giving you that control. But we've also heard that sometimes you can be surprised when one of your friends shares some of your data with an app. And the thing is, we don't ever want anyone to be surprised about how they're sharing on Facebook. I mean, that's not good for anyone. So we're going to change how this works. And in the past, when one of your friends logged into an app, in this case Ilya, the app could ask him not only to share his data, but also data that his friends had shared with him, like photos and friend lists here. So now we're going to change this. And we're going to make it so that now everyone has to choose to share their own data with an app themselves. So we think that this is a really important step for giving people power and control over how they share their data with apps. And as developers, this is going to allow you to keep building apps with all the same great social features while also giving people power and control first. So I'm really happy that we're doing this. OK. There's one more login product that I want to talk to you guys about today. How many times have you installed an app and wanted to try it out, but you haven't wanted to create a brand new account, or you're not yet ready to sign in with your real identity? Today, we're going to solve this with a new service that we're introducing called Anonymous Login. And the idea here is that even if you don't want an app to know who you are yet, you still want a streamlined experience for signing in that removes the hassle of filling out all these different fields. So here's how it works. You can kind of see it. This is what you're going to see the first time that you tap on the Anonymous Login button. And of course, after subsequent times, it's just a one-tap experience to get in. So you want a hassle-free way to log in and try apps. You probably also want an experience that can be synced across devices, which is possible because we'll provide an anonymous identifier even if we're not telling the app who you are. So you're going to be able to have an experience that's synced without the app actually even knowing who you are for the first time. So this is going to let you try apps without fear. And then if you want, you can always sign in with your real identity to personalize the app a bit later on once you're more comfortable using that app. So that's Anonymous Login. We're really excited about this one, too. So the new login and Anonymous Login are examples of putting people first in the way that we design this platform. By giving people more power and control, they're going to trust all the apps that we build more, and over time use them all more. And that's positive for everyone. These login tools are also examples of the kinds of cross-platform services that make up Facebook platform. Our place in the world is to build this stable mobile bridge across all these different worlds. And these are just a couple of the examples of the type of things that we're building to do that. So now we'd like to walk you through all the other things that we've been working on to help you build, grow, and monetize your apps. And to do that, I'd like to hand it off to Ilya Suchar to take us through the build pillar of platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. As I'm sure many of you know, building things is hard. Building a product is hard. Building a customer base is hard. Building a scalable business is very hard. And every time the world of computing gets a little bit more exciting, a little bit more magical, new technology, new devices, the challenges for developers increase. There's new programming languages, new platforms, new devices, new versions, new things to think about. And so the build pillar of the Facebook platform is all about helping developers meet these challenges by leveraging Facebook's infrastructure, resources, and footprint on every major platform. One of the things we're really excited about offering is Parse. My co-founders and I started Parse about 3 years ago. And we found the process of building apps to be painful and tedious. We were reinventing the wheel over and over again with things that every app needs, infrastructure, functionality that doesn't differentiate one app from another. No consumer actually notices this stuff. It either works or it doesn't. And they certainly notice if it doesn't, and that's no good. What am I talking about? Well, on the back end, there's things like servers and databases and APIs. On the client side, there's all sorts of boring stuff. Things like data models and sessions and caching and networking. And you have to do this for every platform, for iOS, for Android, for Windows Phone, for the web, for every version of Android, for every version of iOS, for every phone out there, for every network out there. It's crazy. And then finally, there's your app, the thing that you care about, the thing that's different, the thing that's unique. This is the thing that you should be focused on. This is the thing that matters. You might have some engaging UI, some unique content, some amazing functionality that's different, the thing that matters. And that's what Parse is all about. We make it easy to focus on that, the thing that will actually get you users and maybe even make you money, the thing that matters. And Parse takes care of all of the rest. You don't have to reinvent the wheel over and over again. So we have 3 products. We have Parse Core, which takes care of your data, your servers, your user accounts, your operations. We have Parse Push, which gives you targeted, fast push notifications for any device, for any platform. You don't have to think about which thing people are carrying in their pockets, whether it's a tablet, a phone, whatever it is. And then we have Analytics to help you understand what's going on with your app and how your user base is doing. These are all the things you need to actually get your app off the ground and focus on that one important slice, the actual app. Let me show you how this works with an example. These are the beautiful F8 apps. I hope you've all downloaded them. If you haven't, you can do so after I get off stage, maybe after my colleagues get off stage. The core functionality here is pretty straightforward. It's the schedule. You can see what's going on for the rest of the day, and you can favorite certain talks and get a personalized schedule so you can know where to be at any given time. Pretty cool, right? So let me show you how Parse works and how it enables this app. I'm going to show some code. This is 4 lines of Objective-C. I don't know how many of you guys have built iOS apps or just have used Objective-C in another context. You can't do very much with 4 lines of Objective-C. You can barely write your own name to the screen with 4 lines of Objective-C. It's really not that succinct. But these 4 lines of Objective-C are special. These 4 lines are Parse Core. And in these 4 lines, we can persist the fact that a user has favorited a talk. We don't have to think about servers, databases, networking, caching, schemas, any of that stuff. All of those things that I listed, it's just 4 lines of code. It's really dead simple. You can do incredible things with just a few lines of code. Parse Push, similar, this time in Java, a little bit better, 8 lines. And these 8 lines let me send a push notification to everyone within a mile of this auditorium who's probably late, hurrying over here to hear me speak, or to hear Mark speak, probably. And Parse Analytics. In just a few lines of code, we can track what talks were viewed and what people thought about them. And then I can slice and dice this in my dashboard to my heart's content. We have all these tools to build great apps across every single platform. We have iOS, we have Android, Windows Phone, we have Unity. You might be building a cross-platform app across all of them, including Facebook Canvas. We have everything you need. So wherever you are right now and wherever you're going in the future, you can rest assured that we have the platform available for you there. So we joined about a year ago. It's been an awesome year. It's crazy that it's a year. And we came in the door with 60,000 apps. And that was pretty cool. But now we have 260,000 apps. We've almost tripled our user base and have served so many more apps. We've onboarded over 140,000 new developers. My slide is not changing. There we go. 140 everywhere, all over the world. So if you're one of them, welcome. I'm excited to be working with you. We're going to build some awesome stuff, and you're not going to have to think about all of the nitty-gritty. If you're not, and you're still thinking about it, or this is the very first time that you've heard of us, take a look at all these companies using Parse. All kinds of verticals, all kinds of use cases. We've got folks like Samsung, multinational corporations, TV networks like Showtime, gaming companies like Plarium, and travel companies like Orbitz. It's not just Silicon Valley startups anymore, although there's plenty of those as well. So if you're two guys cooking something up, I'm with you. I hope we can help you with your dream. No matter who you are, I think you're going to like some changes we're making today. We've made our pricing radically simpler, cheaper, and more predictable. We've expanded our free tier to make it even easier to get started with Parse and to grow on Parse as you get bigger and better. Parse Core now offers unlimited API requests, up to 30 per second, for free. Parse Push now offers unlimited push notifications to up to 1 million people. That's a lot of people. If you need more of that, you just log into our dashboard and change a little slider. And Parse Analytics, very simple, just plain free forever. So if you're an existing customer and you have a bill coming, I think you'll be pleased. It's going to be a little smaller, or a lot smaller. And if you're not, if you're just getting started, you're thinking about using Parse, you don't have to pay us until your app gets huge. And so we're aligned with you. We're excited about your app, and we hope that it does get huge. Speaking of analytics, I'd like to start sharing some new things that we've built today. We spent a lot of time focused on our product. And growth analytics are key to building your app and understanding where it's going, how people are using your app, and whether they're coming back day in, day out. Let me show you 2 of the dashboards we've added. So this is the growth dashboard, and it tells you how your app's doing. Are people coming in the door? And you can see here that my app's done pretty well. I had a great month of growth. Last week, though, not so hot. My streak is over. So I need to go back to what I was doing 2 weeks ago. Whether it's great marketing, feature development, mobile app ads, something was working, and I need to do more of that. This kind of data helps you understand what's going well and what isn't. And we're really excited about offering it. And once you have people in the door, you need to understand, are they coming back? Are they coming back the next day? Are they coming back the next week? Are they coming back the next month? You can't just have a lot of growth. People might just go straight out the door. You want to keep them there. And so in this dashboard, you can see how that's going. In the top right corner here, you can see that of the people who signed up 28 days ago, only 15.8% of them are still around. Not so hot. I've got a problem there. So I need to do something about that. But you can see that on April 26th, I did something right. I pushed a new feature, fixed some bugs, maybe changed my onboarding flow. Something is going better. And I need to do more of that. So I can understand what's affecting my users and what's bringing them back day in, day out. We're really excited about this, and we're really committed to having the best mobile-focused analytics solution out there. So look forward to more stuff from analytics. So I'm going to change gears a bit. We've all been here. Maybe we're settling into a long flight. We're struggling to get a connection at the coffee shop, to check our email. There's times when we just don't have a connection, or it's really flaky. So you know what I'm talking about. And so what happens? I'll show you. Your phone falls apart. Suddenly you're left with a calculator, a clock, gigabytes of space to jot down amazing, frustrated notes. It's not quite a phone anymore. and it's not quite that magical device that enables everything. And so why is that the case? It's not impossible to build great apps that work well offline. It's just really hard. And most developers start out small, and so they don't have the resources. They wait until they have more. And so, by and large, only the best, largest companies focus on this. And everything else doesn't work quite so well. And for many people, this is frustrating. It's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for that guy. But for many people, this is the default. People are just coming online, and for them, offline is the default. They occasionally get connectivity. And so we need to do better by them. We need to make it easier to build great offline apps. So I'm excited today to announce Parse Local Data Store. We're making it easier to build apps with Parse that work as well offline as they do online. It's a big set of improvements to our SDKs. And it's just a few lines of code, just like everything else. This is what it looks like. Drop it in, type in some code, and suddenly your queries work well offline. And we hope that this allows people to build amazing apps for the entire world, for the people who are waiting at the coffee shop or who are just getting online and only have a phone and a connection every once in a while. So those are the Parse updates. We've grown a bunch. We've got new, cheaper, simpler, more predictable pricing. We've got new analytics stuff to understand how your app's doing and if people are coming back. We've got great offline-enabled SDKs. Check everything out at parse.com. Now I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and hopefully near and dear to yours, the URL. I've been working with the URL for as long as I can remember. The URL is just beautiful. It made the web beautiful. The web is still beautiful. And the URL is the fundamental unit of sharing. I remember using the URL and sending it to people on email, on IRC, on ICQ, and AIM, on Facebook, certainly, and even MySpace. I mean, every communication platform that has existed, still exists, will exist, is going to use the URL. And it's a shame that it's not really a big deal on mobile right now. Why is that? Let's take a look. We've got all these apps, but they're stuck in their own silos. So Quip is one of my favorite apps these days. It's a great mobile-enabled document editor. So I use it to collaborate. I use it to share things with my friends and family, to plan things. And when people paste web links into the document, it works great on the desktop. You click it, and just like we've been doing for decades, the browser opens up, and I do my thing. But when I open up links that are going to, say, SoundCloud for music or Goodreads for books on my iPad, what happens? Well, I get stuck. I get stuck in a mobile web browser. I get stuck logging in. I probably can't even listen to the music. I can't get to actually what I want to do. And so why is that? It's not because they're bad programmers. I think they're actually really amazing programmers over at Quip. But the world of mobile has no unified way to discover links, no unified way to navigate to links across all the platforms and to go straight to the locations in mobile that you want to get to that have the actual content, the thing that you want to actually do with your life. So that's the problem. What if that wasn't the case? What if we could break down these walls, free these apps from these silos, and make it one big graph of content? What if we could make it really easy for developers to link to other apps, send their users to the right place, and get their users back so they can get on with their lives after they've listened to that song, or looked at that book, or booked that flight, whatever it is. So we've been working on it, and I'm excited to announce AppLinks. It's an open standard with a set of open source SDKs that solves all of these problems. It gives you everything you need to publish, discover, and navigate to deep links on mobile, on any platform. So let me show you how Quip is using it right now to enable my scenario and to make it so much better. So here I am. I'm going to tap on Quip, and this is a document I've been working on. So there's some books, some poems, and some music. So I'm going to click on that link. This is a mix. Digging it. Pretty chill. I'm going to keep it playing, and I'm going to go straight back to Quip. All right. I've read this book, but I still want to go in here and rate it. Now, straight back to Quip. I'm going to take Brett's word for this. I'm going to go for this poem. There it is. It's pretty deep. I feel different. I'm going to star this. That's app links. What if every app worked like this? What if we never got stuck in mobile web browsers? Well, I'm excited to show you this. So, for developers, pretty simple. You've got a set of new tags that you can drop into your content if you've got a website. It tells folks where your iOS version, where your Android version, any other version that you have of that content. If you don't have a website, you're mobile only, we've got a special API for you. You can also use Parse, or you can use any other service that's out there. It's really simple. We also have a new API that translates between any web URL and the mobile equivalent. So you pass it a web URL, and you get back whatever mobile versions are available. And so we crawl the web for you. You don't have to do it. But if you want to, you can. It's an open standard. We invite other people to bring up these kinds of indices. And lastly, our open source SDKs that you can just drop in have one line of code to send your user over to another app to give it all the context it needs to send that user right back to where they came from. And that's it. Whatever platform you're on, it's one line of code. Super simple. And we're really excited that we've partnered with a lot of great partners. We've got great content available today for you to link to. So if you have an app that could benefit from linking to Hulu, or to Pinterest, or to Vivo, or to any of these other great partners, you can start linking to them today. They've made all of their content available via app links. We have also adopted this. So the iOS apps, the Android apps that we have now use app links. And so we'll deep link into your app when appropriate. That's pretty cool. And lastly, I'm super excited that some people have already taken to this and are really expanding this ecosystem deeply. We have folks like Mailbox who are baking this straight into their app. So when you're reading emails on your iOS app, you can go straight to the other app, whether it's a house on Redfin or a song from Spotify. Go check it out and go straight back to your email and get on with your life. No more logging in. Spotify is working with Songkick to make it really simple to just buy concert tickets. You're listening to a track, you like the artist, you want to see if there's a concert there, you hop over to Songkick, tap a few things, it's got your credit card already, and you hop right back, and you're back to listening to music. And so I hope this is the direction that mobile takes for the future. This is how the web worked, and it's awesome. Let's keep it awesome. Everything's available on applinks.org. It's all open. It's all open source. So you have contributions, comments. We'd love to hear them. We'd love to work with you to build a stable foundation for the future of mobile and to make everything more open and connected. With that, I'm going to bring up Ime to talk about the next section. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ime Archivong, and I lead a strategic partnerships team here at Facebook that gets to work with a tremendous amount of you and also developers around the world. I also spend quite a bit of time coaching kids basketball, and one of the more frustrating moments of coaching kids basketball is when you have a kid come up to you and say, hey, coach, I want to take my game to the next level. I want to get recruited. How do I stick out from the rest of my peers? It's a frustrating moment for me because I know the one thing that they need is the one thing that I actually can't provide or teach them. Can't teach a kid how to grow. Just can't do it. In fact, similarly, many of you struggle with growth challenges, but thankfully, when I have those conversations, they end a little bit more optimistically with you. Conversation starts off the same. You're asking, I'll wait for my slide. Here we go. There we go. So similar to the kids, you guys are asking, how do you stand out from your peers? How do you stand out from the 2 million apps that exist across the app stores? And ultimately, how do you grow? But that's when I get excited, because I know that Facebook has always been committed to building tools and services and channels, both organic and paid, to help you take your app to the next level and help your app grow. So I'm going to talk through a couple of those, but let's start with the organic tools. So most of you are familiar with these. I want to talk a little bit about the evolution of these great organic tools to the mobile ecosystem. They'll hopefully help you build better app experiences, accelerate your growth, and also solve some of the problems that we've been talking about for a number of years. So what are those problems? A number of you still have a tremendous amount of people visiting your web experience every single day. And there's nothing wrong with web traffic by any stretch of the imagination. But these are the same users that you hopefully would want engaging with your native mobile app, especially if mobile is where your product roadmap is focused, and especially because mobile is going to be the thing that's going to be driving your growth in the future. So as a solution, we built Send to Mobile, which is a quick and easy way to start to funnel some of that desktop traffic to your native mobile experience. So let's say I'm in the RDO app. I'm logging in via Facebook on the web. Send to Mobile will send a push notification to my Facebook app, so next time I fire it up, it'll remind me to download that RDO application. The benefits here are really, really clear, right? I'm not searching through the 2 million apps to try to find your application. And hopefully, you've now converted what is a good desktop user into an engaged mobile app user. And that's where you want them in mobile. That doesn't necessarily eradicate all your problems. So let's talk about the next one. You have this engaged mobile user, but you really want to arm them with the tools that you've been using for the last several years to essentially share your content and your app back with their friends on Facebook. Historically, we've done a great job of doing this through social plugins, and in particular, the like button, which we're all familiar with. The like and share button, in fact, actually are used across over 10 million websites today. So many of you, rightfully so, have been asking, when are we going to bring this to mobile? So it's finally here. I'm excited to announce the mobile like button. The mobile like button is a great way to get a user who's either logged into Facebook on your app or not to share their content of your app and your app back with a broad group of their friends across Facebook. So say I'm in TechCrunch's app, and they've added the mobile like button to this article. In an easy, lightweight way, they've empowered me to be an evangelist for their app's content, with a broad group of my friends across Facebook. The mobile like button is currently in beta, but we'll be rolling out over the next couple weeks. So now you have someone that's engaged in your mobile application. You also have given them the power to share more broadly with their friends across Facebook. But you still have one more problem. People want the ability to share privately with a close group of friends, or maybe just one-on-one with a brother or a sister. So the last new organic tool is the message dialogue, which is a quick and easy way for people to share your app's content through the Messenger app. So take, for example, if I was scrolling through the Vivo app, I'm looking at music videos, and I come across this great Lana Del Rey track. Similar to Mark, I probably don't necessarily want to share it with all my friends, but I want people that love her and appreciate her music too to understand and know. So with one tap of the Messenger button that Vivo's built here, I can privately and intimately share this video with a close group of friends, including Mark, with a nice reminder to let them know not to share it more broadly with all our friends and keep it close to chest. So these 3 new mobile tools help fix a number of challenges for you. But many of you guys are startups out there, and conversations with you, we're really sensitive to the challenge that you have just to operate your business. And what I'm talking about here is the product management tools you need, the marketing help you need, the communication tools that you've been looking for. That stuff is critical, and it all adds up. So today, I'm really, really excited to announce a new program that Facebook has put together with a group of partners to help you with these needs. The program is called FB Start. This is a program that's going to provide you with up to $30,000 in free tools and services to help you get your app off the ground and running fast. So alongside of Facebook and Parse, there's about 11 other great companies that have come to the table to bring you this program. There's BlueJeans for your communication needs, MailChimp for your marketing needs, Salesforce for your customer service needs, and Apurify for your mobile testing needs. All of these partners truly believe in supporting startups and making sure that you can focus on the thing that you need to do and you want to do, which is build great products. If you're a startup, there are 2 tracks that you should know about with FB Start. The first is Bootstrap, which provides about $5,000 of these free tools and services to help you get your app going and started. If you already have a product out there and you're seeing some early growth, the question is how do you accelerate that? So the Accelerate track is for those of you that have a product out there. It's worth about $30,000 of these free tools and services. So if you're in the audience today, we're opening this up right away for folks that have registered for F8. Feel free to go to this link and apply. We'll be rolling it out more broadly over the next couple of weeks. But I'm truly excited about FB Start and what it's going to bring to the startup community. So let's transition over to the paid tools for a second. For years, many of you have asked, hey, how can I find the right person on Facebook where they're engaged the most? So a couple years ago, we launched mobile app ads, which enable you to take the power of growing directly into your own hands. These mobile app ads are helping you find the right person, once again, where they are most engaged, which is their mobile Facebook newsfeed. So let's look at an example in the real world. Facetune, an Israeli startup that built a great app that helps you tweak and tune your photos before you share them more broadly with your friends on Facebook. Personally, I use them to edit my selfies. Not too much, or nothing too major, but just a little tweak here and there to make sure that my smile sparkles. With what little resource this company had, they really embraced mobile app ads. In fact, the results speak for themselves. These 5 entrepreneurs, over the course of 5 days, with only $500 of marketing budget, were able to take their app from 283 in the App Store all the way up to the number 2 position. Additionally, across 78 different geos and locations, they skyrocketed to the number 1 slot. 94 countries, the number 1 slot. Why not? Let's add more. But Facetune wasn't the only developer that saw great results using mobile app ads. In fact, many of you in this room did too, and thousands of other developers across the world. To date, 350 million installs have been driven through this product. 60% of the top grossing apps are also leveraging this product. So it's been really clear to us that we've been able to provide you with a strong, powerful tool to efficiently find the right people on Facebook at scale. Let me give you an even deeper and more personal example of what the right people mean. This is me. I love music. And I have never been shy about telling my friends on Facebook how much I love music. Over the course of the last couple of years, I've liked dozens and dozens of music-related Facebook pages, and it shows. So with the power of Facebook targeting, if you were a music app that's getting started right now, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get your app in front of me on Facebook and have me download and install it. But we all know the facts. Several people download these applications. They get buried on the 7th screen of your device. They never go back and revisit them. That's a problem. It's something that we've tried to go and solve. And our solution for that were engagement ads. Engagement ads are a quick and easy way for you to target someone on Facebook and bring them back into your app experience. You're able to target folks on a bunch of different factors, but one of the ways that Facebook has actually recently been able to make you target folks has been in-app events. So in-app events are these events that are happening in your application that are unique to your app. Only you know about them. We've now given you the power to target people on Facebook based off of these events. So take, for example, if I download Beats Music app, fantastic new app, a couple weeks ago. I go through the onboarding flow. I've told them what genres of music I like, some artists that I like, including Beyonce and Jay-Z. But then I got distracted. I got pulled to email or whatever it was, but I wasn't able to revisit the app and really dive into the music. Engagement ads in a lightweight way, has given Beats Music the ability to target me on Facebook based off the fact that they know I've listened or I liked Beyoncé, and say, hey, listen now. We've got this great new fall playlist coming out, and there's some great Beyoncé tracks on it. For me personally, this doesn't even feel like an ad. This is like a nice reminder from a friend to go listen to some content that I'm really going to enjoy. YPlan, a slick app that curates the top events in any city, recently ran an engagement ad campaign for an upcoming rooftop party in San Francisco. They targeted people that were in San Francisco that had installed the app already, essentially told them and communicated them to book now. With one click of the Book Now button, it's taken directly into the event in the app and was able to reserve my spot. Once again, they saw solid results over this course of this campaign. A 20% increase in overall of paid bookings, and a whopping 215% return on their investment. So these are meaningful stats for any size company, any size startup, anyone who has an app out there. If you want to learn more about our app products, feel free to visit this URL for more case studies and more information. So there you have it, some exciting new tools, mobile-focused to help you grow. And whether the organic ones or the paid ones spoke to you the most, my hope is that you really just go put these tools to work. We've built them for you, and we've built them with you. If there's one thing you take away from the last couple of minutes of this conversation, it's that Facebook is truly committed to building scalable, stable, people-friendly tools to help you grow and take your app to the next level. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Deborah Liu, to talk a little bit about making money.
Thank you, Ime. Hi, I'm Deb Liu, and I work on ads and payments for developers at Facebook. You know, I spend a lot of time talking to developers, and a lot of them ask me, beyond how to grow, it's how to make money. And that's really important because money is the lifeblood of your business. It's what helps you hire that next engineer. It's what helps you build that next app. It's just how you keep the lights on in your office. So I'm here to talk about monetization and how we can help. We have been helping developers with monetization for years. Game developers have been building amazing, immersive games on the Facebook platform with beautiful graphics, beautiful experiences, something that I play every single day. And over the past 5 years, we've built a world-class payment system to help with monetization. And we are really, really excited about the results. 375 million people play games with Facebook every single month. And over 100 of developers, 100 of you, are making over $1 million on our platform every year. And the stat I am most proud of is that we've had the privilege of processing $3 billion in transactions on Facebook on your behalf. We are really committed to the Canvas business and making our developers on Canvas a success. And we are continuing to invest and grow that ecosystem in the years to come. But recently, we've been getting a lot of questions, which is, how do I make the shift to mobile? How do I make money on mobile? We are in a unique position to answer that question because, just 2 years ago, we faced the same problem, which is we made no money on mobile. We had the top app in iOS and in Android, and we made no money from it. And we needed to solve this problem for ourselves. But we couldn't just take our right-hand side ads, move it to mobile. It's a different user experience. It's a different form factor. It just didn't make sense. But we had to figure it out. Like lots of companies who go through these types of transitions, we face a lot of challenges. But we came out with 2 important lessons. One is that advertising, traditional advertising, still works on mobile, and it works really, really well. And 2 is that we had to reinvent how Facebook looked with ads in it as part of the user experience. And 2 years later, here we are. Over 1 billion people are accessing our apps on mobile. and we make nearly 60% of our revenues there. So how do we do it? I don't know what you do first thing in the morning, but I check my Facebook newsfeed. And I check out what's happening, what people are talking about, photos of my friends and their families. And what I also see embedded in my newsfeed are beautiful and relevant ads. You know, I'm the mom of 3 young children, under 7, and they grow out of their clothes constantly. And you know, when I see an ad for discount clothes, beautiful quality, I click and I buy. And that's what Facebook ads are about, which is it's just like our newsfeed. Just like we connect people with people, the stories of their lives, the things that they care about, the news that they share. We connect advertisers with people, the messages they're trying to get out there for people. And that's what advertisers are looking for. And what people on Facebook are looking for are ads that are integrated, not disruptive. And that's how we've made it work. Over the past 10 years, we have built an advertising base of over 1 million advertisers who are coming to Facebook to set up their campaigns and find an audience. And we do that because we have the world's class targeting system that allows them to find the exact audience they're looking for. And so, when an advertiser comes to Facebook, they set up their campaign and tell us who they want to find. And our system can find the person amongst the 3 of us who has Game of Thrones parties, and the other who has 3 kids who sing the song Let It Go at the top of their lungs. Imagine our system couldn't tell the difference, how that would hurt the advertiser and the experience that people have on our site. But you know, we've been able to solve that problem for advertisers and for people. And that's what makes it great. We are bringing together the most demand, the best targeting system, and today we bring you in. We are excited to announce the Audience Network. We bring it all together for you so that you don't have to go out there as a publisher and developer and hire a giant sales team and sell ads. You don't have to find out who in your app is the right person for right audiences. You don't have to parse your audience. You don't have to create reporting. You don't have to do billing. You don't have to figure out measurement on behalf of advertisers. It's all done for you. So let's take a little bit on how it works. If you learned anything about mobile, it's that formats really, really matter. And so let's say you want to use a banner ad. With a few lines of code, you can have a really relevant ad set come into your system. You can have the power of all of those campaigns brought to you, all of that matching, all of that targeting, making it into your app so that your ads, rather than being interrupting to your experience, are actually a part of the experience. The same thing is true for interstitials. Again, just a few lines of code to access all of that great inventory and have your audience have relevant, interesting ads. And if you want to invest a little bit more time, we encourage you to work with us on native advertising. We have pioneered this space on mobile and made advertising amazing because it's part of the user experience. It is part of Facebook. Let's take a look at 3 examples. So Target came to us and they said, we want to find people who use our app already, but who would also like to see the movie Frozen. You know, that's a really interesting target set. And you know where we found those people? We found them on the Huffington Post and dozens of other apps. But you know, Target didn't have to go reach out to a bunch of apps. And Huffington Post didn't have to set up a bunch of campaigns for them either. It all came together through the Facebook system. It is the best experience for advertisers because they're getting the ROI that they're looking for. And Huffington Post has an easy time getting these ads in their system. Coca-Cola came to us And they said, we would love to have people who look like the people who already use our app. We have a great audience. We really, really love them. We want more of them. And they found that audience and Vinted, a vintage clothing site. Again, Vinted didn't have to go out there and set anything up. It just came, and it was really simple. And so as a developer, they're getting the best return on investment. And finally, Audible came to us, and they said, we want fans of Game of Thrones because we want to get them to come and listen to Game of Thrones on our site. They found them in Cut the Rope. And because the ads are relevant and interesting, you get better click-through rates, better returns on investment for the advertiser, and more money for the app. That's what we're bringing together today. We have spent the last 10 years building up a base of amazing advertisers looking for an audience that's in your app. We marry that with the best targeting system in the world, and we're opening it up to you. Great ads, they're really relevant to your people, helping you to make more money. Sign up for the Audience Network today. We look forward to working with you. Thank you. And now we'll bring Mark back up.
Thanks, Deb. I'm really excited about this Audience Network. We've done a lot of work already in the past years to help you build and grow your apps. And this is really the first time that we're going to help you monetize in a serious way on mobile. And the mobile ecosystem needs a way to deliver these kind of native, personalized ads to people. And I'm glad that we can help deliver more than 1 million active advertisers to your apps for you. So build, grow, and monetize. This is what you need to build great mobile apps and great mobile businesses. Now, we've heard a lot of different updates today. But one thing you didn't hear was some completely new, shiny direction or product from us. Because today is all about listening to you and hearing the things that you want from our platform and deepening how we support you in these 3 fundamental ways to help you build, grow, and monetize your apps. So keeping with this year's theme of stability and consistency, I want to close today by inviting you all to next year's F8. We're moving to Fort Mason, which is going to be slightly bigger and a little bit cooler, hopefully. But you can expect from now on for us to have F8 around this same time every year. It's a great opportunity to bring the whole community together. Now, I want to leave you with one final story today. This has been an interesting period of, it's been a reflective period for me personally. We just reached Facebook's 10th anniversary as a company, and in a couple of weeks, I'm turning 30. Who doesn't like a birthday? And just a little while ago, I just also celebrated the 10-year anniversary of when I met my wife for the first time. So it's been this really interesting period to reflect on the past decade, which has been amazing, and what's important in life, and things like family and Facebook for me and philanthropy, and what's here for us for the next decade ahead. And on Facebook's 10th anniversary, we brought the whole company together, and we talked about our culture. And we talked about how we have this really strong hacker culture at Facebook, and how it's helped us accomplish so much, right, and helped us connect so many different people. But we also talked about how our hacker culture is inherently focused on us, right? And it's the way that we do things. It's not really that focused on the people we serve. And to reach the next level and to fully achieve this mission of helping to connect everyone in the world, my goal for our culture over the next 10 years is to build a culture of loving the people that we serve that is as strong, if not stronger, than our culture of hacking at Facebook. And I hope that you can see the seeds of some of this today in what we're talking about. We want to build a platform that's reliable and stable for you. That's really important to us. We want to make sure that we put people first and all of the different experiences that we offer in Ship. And we want to help you guys touch more people's lives. We've already done so much together, and I'm really confident that this path forward is the way to connecting and improving every person's life in the world. It's an honor to serve you guys in this mission. Thank you for coming to F8, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we all build together.